Hi friends, welcome back to another Wednesday Formation Fun. How are you doing this week? Last week we started our Fruits of the Spirit series in which we got to sing a fun song with my friends Josh and Elizabeth. And so this week we are going to dive head first into our first fruit, which is love. Yes, love. So when you think of love, what fruit do you think of? I think of strawberries because they are red and because of all of the fun memories I have with family and friends eating strawberries or making things with strawberries. Perhaps you've made chocolate dipped strawberries and eaten those, or had strawberry shortcake on a nice summer day. Oh, just the taste of strawberries. So fun, right? So today we are talking about love. And what better place to start out than with some scripture? And so today we're going to read from 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 4, where we are reminded that love is patient, love is kind, love is not envious or boastful or arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice in wrongdoing, but rejoices in the truth. It bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never ends. Love's hard sometimes too, right? In different relationships, and especially in the commandment of love your enemies. And that can be really hard. Really, really hard. And so this week, as we're diving into love, this fruit of the Spirit, we are going to focus on this verse that actually comes from 1 John chapter 4, verse 19, which is, we love because he first loved us. I think those are pretty powerful as we think about relationships. And so the main idea we're focusing on this week is that I was created to love God and love others. That idea of who we are created to be and the ways that we're able to spread love. And so this week, I would invite you to revisit this 1 Corinthians text. Also, maybe revisit the crucifixion text, which you can find in Matthew chapter 27. To see this great love that God has for us through the gift of God's Son. And then let's get our hands on this week. Perhaps you can check out our friends, the Littles and Me. I have a link to their website in the comments below. They have a great activity for this idea of the overflowing love, right, that God has for us. And it's a fun activity done through science. So if you like science, check that out. Also, what can we create? What can we create this week? Could you draw something or paint something that illustrates love? Maybe you could make a card for someone that you could send and remind them how loved they are. And perhaps, much as we talked about this fruit and thinking about which fruit reminds us of love, for me it's strawberries. So maybe if that is something that reminds you of love too as a fruit, go ahead and take some time this week to make something out of strawberries. And lastly, let's do our fruit in action. What do we do with these fruits? Well, we can share them. And so this week with your household, I would invite you to brainstorm, how do you show love through actions? Perhaps it's do a chore without being asked. Or perhaps it's making a sweet treat or something, maybe perhaps out of strawberries, for a neighbor or friend. Maybe it's sending a thank you card or a note of love to those who are near or far. What ideas does your household have? So ways that we show love. So friends, this week, have fun with this. And let's think about love. And most importantly, about the greatest love of all, which comes from God, our Creator, who loved us first so that we may love others in return. I look forward to seeing you again next week. Feel free to hit us up on Facebook, share how you are exploring love through science and creation and action. We'll see you next week. Peace, friends. Bye.